Hey guys, welcome back to Button Hero, the channel where we have intelligent conversations and realistic point of views with barely any editing. And today I wanted to talk about why I haven't invested in a Switch 2. And it comes very clear to me that Nintendo is more profit focused than they are focused on the consumer, the customer. I'm an 80s baby, and I've had almost all the Nintendo consoles. Have sold a couple in garage sales as a normal person would. I'm not a huge collector, but I have some stuff. And, basically Nintendo feels now very corporate. It feels very generic and has less of the soul that it had back in the 90s when the SNES came out. And the reason why I haven't invested in the Nintendo Switch 2 is because it doesn't feel like it has a soul anymore. It feels like it's just trying to copy PlayStation, like PlayStation 2 or Xbox coming out with Xbox One. They finally okay, let's add a number to the end of our console. And that doesn't feel very Nintendo-ish to me. Nintendo was always innovation first and always about coming up with the next best console. Switch was the last innovative console that has come out in its lineage of, being Nintendo. We had the Wii U. It started to go downhill with the Wii U. After the Nintendo GameCube was the last best Nintendo console. And then after that, it went downhill. Okay, so it went way downhill afterwards. We came now to a point where it's just it's essentially just another generic. It feels like another generic console. Doesn't feel innovative in any way, shape, or form anymore. It doesn't feel like it's something that I would invest in anytime soon. It feels like just a generic ass console, and it has the same specs. I looked into it. It has the same specs pretty close to the same specs as a PS4. So it's not much of an upgrade, to be honest. It's a little bit better depending on who you talk to. Like you still have your 120 hertz. So it's a little bit better than what you got from the Nintendo Switch 1. But my big question is, the lineup really, really sucks right now, okay? You got Mario Kart, which I love Mario Kart, but Mario Kart right now is just not cutting it for me. Mario Kart is just oh, I'm gonna drive around in this big open world, and this open world is gonna be something I drive to the next open world with my friends and stuff. I feel like Nintendo is trying to be competitive with Fortnite and, some of these big games like Call of Duty. They want to be a multiplayer first, profit first company now. And it's just really sad to see it because, the games that really would sell, if we had an Ocarina of Time remake with DLC content, like add-ons, continuation to the story, Nintendo would be selling so much units and consoles that they wouldn't even know what to do with the money. If they made one grand Smash Brothers game, a really good Smash Brothers game with an amazing story, with every character that they've always had or more, and just something new and innovative to it, maybe a really killer story mode, I think that would sell really well. If they remade Mario 64 or brought back Wave Race or even revived Star Fox, these are all legacy games that can make Nintendo a lot of money and stop. The thing is with Nintendo, they are focused more on profit, so they will bring out games like Mario Kart, Donkey Kong. Well, Donkey Kong was actually a surprise move. It looks like it will be a good game, and I can't say that it will be a good game until I play it, but it definitely looks like it is something to keep your eye on. But you know, with all the other games, like you look at Mario Kart just doesn't cut it for me as a launch title because there's so many other Nintendo games that could just be brought into revived and put into our world, right? So with that said, I wanted to keep this conversation short. I'm gonna be making a lot more intelligent conversations and game point of views. As you can hear, my son is in the background, so he's making a little bit of noise. I don't like to edit my videos. I just like to talk about the games and, you know, what I think about the games in general. And, you know, I wanted to build this community up from the ground up. And this is just a raw video. I'm gonna keep my videos raw and start from scratch with this channel because I believe in, you know, keeping everything authentic and real, and just, you know, talking my mind, because it's been on my mind to start a channel like this for a long time, and then now I'm actually making it. So I hope that you can subscribe to the channel and support the channel if you can, and I will keep making videos. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. But with that said, thanks for watching and have a great day. Take care.